Have a look at that 17. Leaping off the team sheet is Regan Grace, his first appearance for the champions and for the Betfred Challenge Cup holders all season. Jack Welsby, the grand final winner at fullback, then Grace, Conrad Hurrell, Mark Percival and Tommy Makinson. In the halves, Johnny Lomax and Lewis Dodd. Up front, Ignatius Parsi, Joey Lussick and Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. And then in the second row, Joe Batchelor and Kurt Sirenen, alongside Jake Wingfield.
They're going to be back defending their try line and may concede.
It does feel a little bit of a tide turner.
Hurrell!
And Hurrell with a lovely step. Can he get the offload? No. Whitehaven scrambling defence. But here is where Saints are most dangerous. Look at the ball movement right to left, just like that. Gaps start to open up. This is where Saints can pounce. Lewis Dodd is the scrum half, pushed out of the way by Joey Lussick, who goes to the left-hand side and finds Lomax, who just pops it up left.
There's a good tackle there on the try line from Whitehaven.
Lomax comes all the way back to position himself 15 away. Here he is in the skull cap. They're working it down the middle. Partsy gets a big hit right in front of the sticks. This will be the last tackle. Lomax is out of the play to the left-hand side. It's going to be Dodd. They're going to run it with Welsby. Delays the pass too much and it's knocked on by Saints, and credit Whitehaven. I think that one was all right on the kicker.
Fine. That was fine.
That was Alex Bishop looking to get it away. And Regan Grace bringing it back up. I think one concern for John T. Gawley will be the 2 injuries he's had, because the longer this game goes on, you cannot take on a St Helens side with only 2 subs.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, George. It's going to take its toll at some point, but at the moment, if Saints keep making these errors, you know, it just means they're giving Whitehaven energy to stay in the contest. Good tackle there. That was a great tackle from Tom Walker underneath Ignatius Parsi.
Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook runs right over the top of Callum Phillips. Saints with Wingfield just lining up here. The options are left, but they come right and give it to Lomax and say, create something, but no way through. No errors so far in this sliding Haven defence. Back with Lomax, and again straight down the middle with LNS.
Tackling again from Whitehaven. 3 in attendance on that occasion. Dion Air, good shot over the top with Tom Walker.
Couple to go this set. Now then for Dodd, lovely angled run. Saints will break through off the ball from Dodd, and they're over for the first score.
Speed of play from St Helens, and we'll see it now on the replay. You know, Callum Phillips just gets spat out. They've only got 1 marker. Wingfield goes long, and it's that injection of pace from Dodd as he collects the ball out the back. He's moving fast, digging into the line, and I thought the timing of the liner run from Batchelor was outstanding. He really timed his run to perfection.
Move, find me! Hold, hold!
So what about the response from Whitehaven? News, by the way, after that lengthy stoppage and the neck injury suffered by Liam Cooper, I can tell you that he's up and about, but he looks all right. He's got a stiff neck, we're told, at the moment, but looking okay. So it sounds at the moment like it might have been a lengthy precautionary check on the neck injury.
That's promising.
That's very, very promising news. We'll keep you updated if we get any more, of course, from our reporter down on the touchline, Paul Kidd. Here comes Saints. That looked forward to me, but they take it. Makinson hacks on. This could be good. Doyle's got to go backwards here, and they've got another set of 6 out of this.
Further pressure now being mounted on this Whitehaven try line. Now to be fair, the couple of occasions they've had to defend their try line, they've generally looked pretty decent.
There goes Louis McCarthy. Have some of that.
Little Bishop underneath Louis McCarthy and drives him back. Great contact.
Welcome to Whitehaven. There goes Connie Hurrell.
2, move, we're back! Hold, go to.
Looks dangerous though, doesn't it, this? Every time Saints get to the line, it's that man Dodd again, and here's Welsby joining the line. Makinson in off his touchline. Can he get to the corner?
Ooh, just short. Great scramble defence from Whitehaven.
Go through.
Such a dangerous left edge, that, isn't it? And here they come down the middle again with Ignatius Parsi.
4, move,
Saints turning the screw after weathering that early Whitehaven storm. Behind everyone, Welsby pops it up. Just short. Welsby, it was Sirenen, and then Welsby with the grubber kick through. It's going to be another dropout.
We're all set now for the dropout. As Geronimo Dore kicks that one long over the halfway line.
Taken on the first bounce, and when he set off again, Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Bit more success in punching a hole in the Saints' defence, this time in the Whitehaven back line, I should say. There goes Connie Hurrell again. Yeah, Alex Bishop enjoying his first season in British Rugby League after moving over from Australia. Little juggle from Lomax. Oh, lovely quick hands. That'll get Makinson away, but he drops the ball in touch at will. Parsi driving down the middle again. Joey Lusick with Welsby on his right shoulder, comes to his left and finds Lewis Dodd, and then gets the angled run again from the try scorer Batchelor, just to the left of the post. Danger for Whitehaven, especially with this man Dodd in charge. Little jinking move. Did he go behind the play? He's over. It's Siranen to score, and the tries awarded. Short
leads of St Helens, and it's proved fruitful again on this occasion. It's Lusick out at dummy half to Lewis Dodd, and he finds the pass to
it was
Siranen.
fine. He was in front of him from my vision. I thought he might have ducked behind him, but it was absolutely fine.
It was fine.
So they're going to have to do it pretty tough now. Whitehaven, who started explosively but have been on the back foot ever since, and they've had these 2 injuries to contend with, which has really reduced their bench. That's a good defensive shot.
Dion here trying to make amends for that error he's
the options are stacked up down this right hand side, and that's where they come. Amor to the post, and he's over. What a moment.
Obviously the shape that they had set up on this long side was that Amor was going to go through, option out the back, but Lusick does the no-look pass. Anyway,
there's the hooter. So this will be it for the first half. Welsby, I'm sure, will just fling the ball. That's gone forward, has it, off Conrad Hurrell? Oh, if it had played on, Whitehaven were away. Bradley. Shift to the left. Hurrell sold himself there. Can he get the ball away?
They're going to be over here.
Score in the
yes, they are.
Whitehaven are there.
Yes, they are. Oh, thanks, George. I'll take that.
You were telling me pre-match as Lomax goes through how much you're missing playing in your old age.
Yeah.
Not too late to come out of retirement, my friend. Can Saints find another way through? Amor wants a second try. Of course he does. Still going towards the line. Just short. Just short from a second, Kyle Amor. Back they come. Short ball. Too easy for Dan Norman.
And again, nice and direct. Kyle Amor going ever so close there, trying to reach over.
How much will that hit them going into the last quarter of this game?
The energy levels will get zapped, there's no doubt about it. But I tell you something, they've done ever so well, haven't they, Whitehaven? To be still, I know it's 24-4 on the scoreline, but they're playing the reigning Super League champions, and they've been 2 men down for pretty much majority of this
Saints
game.
will beat teams in Super League by a lot heavier scorelines than this.
100%. And Whitehaven are doing it. They are technically pretty much playing with 15 players for most of this game.
Well, there's nothing. There's nothing technically about it, Hendo. They are playing with 15 players because 2 of them are injured. But here comes Saints. Can they break free now? You sense the point scoring is probably not done.
Well, I did say, George, generally when a Super League side is Dan Norman back on the inside now to
They're keeping the ball alive. Dodd with a clean walk through, and now the floodgates starting to open in Whitehaven.
You know, absorb the energy from the opposition because they're going to come out with it in abundance, and then you'll get them in the back end of the game, and we're just probably starting to see a little bit of that now. They're loosening up. Lewis Dodd back on the inside. Nice break from, I think it was Dan Norman. Dodd, he just shows open, plays back on the inside. The Norman, he gets in between bodies, gets the offload to Lusick.
By the scrum half, Nico Williams. Lusick. Waiting, directing, orchestrating from dummy half. Lomax at second receiver. Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook says, "You're not getting anywhere near it. This is my carry." Makinson trots back over to this left wing. Instead they go right. Lusick will scamper on his own and get clobbered. In contact from Whitehaven, he would have felt that. Dodd, who's had a big game on Welsby. And now Lomax dabbing one through for Percival to chase. Can Makinson get there? Percival can. They're claiming a try. It looked messy. What's the referee going to say? He's going to say try.
Yeah, he is.
Right into the middle of the scrum where he's most at home. And here comes Saints with Lomax and Percival. Oh, it's brilliant from St Helens. Back inside to Lomax. How good are they on the break?
Good scramble though from Whitehaven, George.
Yeah, credit the defence. Lusick wants to go skinny side with Percival. Makinson hugging his wing. Percival still there. Oh, he's lost the ball. Has he gone backwards? It's a penalty.
Lomax feeds it on to Percival, gets on the outside of his opposite number. Injects good pace into the line. And now they're on the attack, George.
Right in front of the post, looking for try number 7. Welsby checks his step and dives into traffic, and then Lusick sets up and looks for Lomax, who's hanging back, first receiver left side. Instead, he gets Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook into the action. Lomax hovering. Behind play, here he is. Oh, goes on his own and takes a huge contact.
Shot there from McAvoy.
And then can he power through and score on his own? Lusick from dummy half. And Saints do have try number 7.
We just see here Lomax, McAvoy with a good shot on Lomax, but he gets left on the ground. Marker's not set, and Geronimo Doyle just couldn't get underneath Joey Lussick's to hold him up over the line, and Lussick's manages to burrow under Doyle's grasp.
These two teams, Saints with 7 tries this afternoon in the sunshine, are right in front with Lusick looking right, where he'll find Johnny Lomax. He's got Lewis Dodd, the Betfred player of the match, hanging back left. It's with Lomax. Change of direction from the England utility man. Lusick barking instructions now. Right they go with Welsby. Feints the pass. Tries to dummy through on his own. Lusick again, pointing and yelling at the ref. Will he go on his own again? Surely he's not done it twice.
Short.
This time he is short. Last tackle, so he's out of commission here. It'll be Welsby to come back to Lomax. Will he kick? Outside of the boot, looking for Dodd. Can Dodd get there? He's got it back
magic.
to Roby.
Magic!
That is absolutely sensational from Saints.
And he taps it back. We see it here now. Lomax going to the line, puts the grubber kick through. George just keeps competing. He evades Nick Williams, taps it back for the old stalwart James Roby to finish it off. And that's what it is. And that's what you need to do, folks.
Oh, there's the hooter. That was the quickest minute ever.